All right, here's the final video actually for all of Unit 2. The slide that you see here is the last one that we finished on from video 1. I did forget to mention that I want you to be aware. I'm going to go back to a previous slide here. Make sure that you are aware of the major categories of business customers. Absolutely be aware of those. Being able to explain this NAICS code, understanding that too would be a good idea. All right, so now we're moving on to understand the difference between the business market and the consumer market. You know, as I mentioned before, the business market and consumer market can be differentiated by the intended use of the product. Okay, what is the intended use? This slide shows the main differences between the business and consumer markets. I'm not going to read this here to you, but this just kind of breaks it down a little bit for you. The demand itself, organizational demand compared to individual demand. There's that individual consumption for the consumer market, whereas business market is for the use of the business, the organization, or the company itself. Right? Larger volume, larger quantities compared to smaller quantities. Right, so just looking through this, just be aware of just some of the basic differences between the two markets. Now here's where it's focusing on demand, and you want to know these 4 things. The demand in the business markets, there are 4 different types of demand as listed here. Right, derived demand, it says demand for business products result from demand for consumer products. So in essence, as consumers, you and I demand specific products. The components that go into making those products drive the demand for business products. The demand for those consumer products, like a television, as the TV demand goes up, the business products that are needed to make the television, the demand for those also will go up. Inelastic demand simply states that a change in price will not significantly affect the demand for the product. So there are such things, some of the foods, for example, that we eat, that, you know, if milk, the price of milk goes up significantly, people are still going to buy milk. All right. Joint demand is where multiple items are used together in a final product. Demand for one item affects all of them. All right, that's pretty self-explanatory. And then fluctuating demand. The demand for business products tends to be more unstable than the demand for consumer products. A small increase or decrease in consumer demand can produce a much larger change in demand for the facilities that are used, the manufacturing equipment that is needed to make the product. This is also commonly known as the multiplier effect. Right, now we're getting into the types of business goods and services. Definitely know these as well. Okay, definitely know these. Major equipment, this is items that are considered capital goods. Big machinery, expensive machinery, mainframes or large networks. These can be the buildings, the factories, the vehicles, the airplanes, all of those kinds of things are major equipment. Accessory equipment, these are less expensive, shorter lived types of equipments. This could be things like computers, power tools, you know, things like that, copy machines. Right. Raw materials, these are unprocessed products. These are things that primarily come from nature. This could be lumber, minerals, things like corn and wheat, right? A lot of times these become part of a finished product. Sometimes they are the finished product themselves as well. Component parts are finished items, is when finished items ready for assembly or that need very little processing. There are 2 important markets for component parts. They're what are called OEMs and replacement markets. So OEMs are original equipment manufacturer. That's the original time that it is made and purchased. And replacement market is obviously if something breaks and you need a replacement part, you have that as an option as well. Processed materials are used directly in manufacturing other products. This could be like chemicals used to treat something, sheet metals that are used to form different things, and all that. Supplies, these are consumable items. But these consumable items do not become part of the final product. All right? They are not part of the final product. They are usually short-lived, inexpensive. They could be like maintenance things, repaired items, operating supplies, things like that. And finally is business services. These are expense items that do not become part of the final product as well, but these include things like advertising, janitorial services. This is like your legal team that makes sure that you have patents and trademarks. This could be like marketing research, stuff like that. So this slide is just a visual for you to be able to see some examples of the different types of business goods and services that are used. All right, the different aspects of business buying behavior. You have what's called buying centers, evaluative criteria, buying situations, business ethics, and customer service. Right now we're going to go through these. Buying centers, this is a group of people that are all involved in the decision to purchase something for the company. Now, please be sure that you know this slide here as well. The different roles in the buying center. The initiator is the person who suggests the purchase. Okay, they start things off. Influencers, also called evaluators, these people help get like the specifications and provide information for evaluating all the options that you're going to have to purchase. Gatekeepers, these people regulate the flow of information. These people can be purchasing agents, but a lot of times, honestly, the gatekeepers are the secretaries within the organization. The decider is the person with the power to choose what to buy or to decline something. The purchaser is the person who actually negotiates the buying agreement. And the users are the people within the organization who actually use the product. They're the ones who will benefit from this. Business buyers do evaluate products and suppliers. So not only the goods that they're buying, but who they are buying them from. All right, and they evaluate them based upon different criteria of quality, service, and price. And in that order usually. Okay, it's usually in that order. Quality just refers to suitability. Quality improvement should be part of every organization's marketing strategy. Continually trying to improve and get better, have products that are good and reliable is key to success in business. Service includes the pre-purchase and post-purchase service that is available. Business buyers also want to buy at low prices. They still want to obviously have good quality, but at the best price possible, which is why a lot of times different institutions, institutions, governments, all those different criteria and categories will, when they go to purchase something, they'll put it out for what's called a bid, and usually the lowest bid that meets the criteria that they want will get the order. Here's another slide, another piece of information that I really want you to be aware of. Again, this is the business to business and different buying situations that they come into. You have a new buy, a modified rebuy, and a straight rebuy. I'm going to start at the bottom. The straight rebuy is when you're reordering the same thing without changing anything. There's no new information. There's no looking up new places to buy things. You're buying the same stuff exactly how it was from the same place without any changes. Now, going to the top now, the extreme opposite of that is what's called a new buy. And this is where you are buying something for the very first time. It requires a lot of research. It requires you looking into a number of companies that sell these items that you could possibly buy them from. It takes a lot of time. Actually, it takes a lot of money also to go into this and make sure that you're getting it right the first time. And in the middle of those two is the modified rebuy, is when you are buying something that you have purchased before, but you want to alter it, you want to change it, you want to make some modifications to the order, and then that would be the modified rebuy. Customer service, absolutely critical. Business marketers are increasingly recognizing the benefits of developing a formal type of a system to monitor customer opinions and their perceptions of the quality of their customer service. A lot of times businesses offer products that are almost identical to other businesses, and the one thing that separates one company from another is the customer service. This is that pre-purchase and post-purchase support. Are they willing to be helpful? Are you able to actually talk to a person? Do you have to just go through and press 1 for this, press 3 for that? How beneficial is it to be able to talk to somebody? Are you willing to pay even a little bit more for a product as long as you can get the customer service that you're looking for? Brings us to the last slide of Chapter 7. Again, I would recommend going into the PowerPoint file, play the video, read through, watch it, pay attention to it, and then we are planning on having, again, just a reminder, planning on having our makeup class on Friday, the 26th of February. All right, I hope to see you all then. See ya.